This is part two. So for some reason, I don't know why my video cut off way too early. This is the puppers. Anyway, so I fell asleep at about 12:30 afternoon after recuperating from my food poisoning. Once again, my snake ring, which I normally wear 24/7, was placed on selenite. For all of you that don't understand what selenite is, selenite, this is selenite, okay? And my ring was on a slab of selenite right here. This is what selenite looks like. My rose gold snake pinky ring was placed there because I had an upset stomach. And you know, when you're not feeling good, you don't really care to wear jewelry. So actually, this is what happened. So I gave up on housekeeping, even visiting my room. I thought they weren't going to. I fell asleep. And at 1:30 in the afternoon, there was some ridiculously loud knocking on the door. They banged me like awake and jolted me awake. And then when I went to the door, it was Norma and the head of housekeeping, and they were having an argument outside my door. Now, how professional is that? Do you think it's professional for two grown-up adults to be arguing about which one gets to do my room? So Norma hates my guts. Remember, she hates anybody that speaks fluent English. She is a racist. Racists exist, all right? I judge people by their soul and their actions. I don't judge them by the color of their skin or what language they speak. But Norma is a particular type of breed, which is why I am definitely going to be suing Sam Patel, who is the owner of 3700 North Wilke Road, and I will be taking action against his son, who is the manager. Neither of these men responded to the email that I had sent stating that Norma had stolen my beautiful $1,400 gold ring. It took me over a year to make enough money for that ring because I have other ongoing expenses. I'm by myself. I'm alone. I don't have any family members to support me. I am not an independently wealthy person. I am not a trust fund kid. So despite all the rumors that may be circulating, I am struggling just like everybody else is. And I've had clients take a complete advantage of me where they do chargebacks on Square and other platforms so that now I'm no longer able to accept credit cards ever again because of this. So the head of housekeeping was arguing with Norma outside my door. And then Norma resentfully barged into my room. She started making loud noises in the bathroom, banging things around, disturbing my pets. She doesn't like animals, by the way. She especially doesn't like me. Then she orders me and makes some hand gestures for me to put my dog and my cat in the bathroom. Now, why did she want my dog in the bathroom? That's because she knows my dog, all dogs, are extremely protective of their owners. That's an opportunity for the staff to steal from you, is to order you to put your pets into the next room. All right? So she then saw that I had a rose gold ring right there, right on my bedside, on a slab of selenite. She took my ring from me, probably put it in her bra, something like that. I don't have any camera footage because unfortunately I didn't have cameras in my room. Then she acted really suspicious too. She was in a huge hurry and she said, oh, she noticed that I didn't have a cover on my bed. So she ran out, went all the way downstairs, and that's when she had the opportunity to put my ring in her locker. The staff at the Comfort Inn and Suites all have their own personal lockers on the ground floor. Also, the laundry room is on the ground floor. So that's when she had the opportunity to take my ring. She ran out my door with my ring. She put it in her locker. She took up some sheets. And then after she left my room an hour later, I noticed my ring is no longer there on the counter. My ring is gone. My ring was taken from me. I called the police the next day. And of course, they questioned her. I called them that evening on Wednesday. And then the police came back again the next day. And then a police detective took my information. And Zach, of course, was giggling the whole time. So obviously Zach has an issue with knowing that people steal at that location. These are undocumented workers that don't have to pay taxes, and they're not using W-2 forms there at all. And so they're being paid under the table, and they get away with stealing everybody's belongings. So I am going to be using all this information and sharing it with the Attorney General's office in Chicago sometime this week, because not only do they know that the housekeepers are stealing from the guests, but they don't have any working fire extinguishers. And I paid close to $3,000 or more each month, but I was forced to stay on the same floor as a group of homeless people that were receiving housing vouchers from a place known as Journeys in Arlington Heights. So Journeys provides help for people that are lower income, and they give them housing vouchers. So all these people that were on the Journeys program were placed on the second floor. And literally a week before my ring was stolen from me, there was an ex-Marine, and she and I sort of became friends because my dog and her dog got along really well together. But then it got to the point where she was knocking on my door almost every single day. And then I politely told her that if she needed anything from me, to please not knock on my door, because if I'm somewhere shopping, my dog is going to bark and disturb the other guests. So what does she do? The next day, she thinks that I'm a threat to her, and she literally tries to hit me in the hallway. She comes chasing after me. She calls me interesting things, and then she tries to physically hurt me with her fist. She's running after me. Do you think that the hotel Comfort Inn and Suites cared that I couldn't even go to my room without being threatened? So a few days later, I decided to just, check out of there. And now I'm in downtown Evanston. I'm having a much better time. I feel much safer. I feel like a human being again. But there are no working fire extinguishers at the Comfort Inn and Suites in Arlington Heights. The elevators are constantly breaking down, and the second floor is sort of allowed to rot away. All right? They don't even steam clean the carpets on the second floor. It's in deplorable condition. So for the amount of money that I wasted, I am basically going to take them to court and at least get my $1,400 back, because I worked hard for that ring. And even if I never get that money back, I can share my story with other people here on social media and let other people know how they treat their guests. And I'm signing off for now. Bye-bye.